Hello everyone. First of all, thank you for watching my YouTube channel and subscribing me. I thought of discussing a question based on a poem in your literature syllabus. I hope most of you all have done the poem Introduction by Kamala. So here there's a question. We'll just discuss the thematic aspect of Kamala poem Introduction. So this is how to I want you to explain how to answer this question when you I have mentioned in some of the previous videos how to answer an essay type question. So the common length you need to write at least 3 sides in your exam paper or more than that, and you are writing for 17 marks. And the marking scheme also we have discussed in some of the previous videos. So what you write, like when you get a question, you need to address the question directly, and your answer, your content should be relevant to the question. And even your quotations, the quotations you add, those should be directly relevant to the question. So the question we are discussing is discuss the thematic aspect in Kamala poetry, Introduction. So in your question, you need to explain in your introductory paragraph. Remember, every paragraph should contain a unique idea. One point should be analyzed and explain and finish it within that paragraph, and then you need to move on to the next paragraph. So basically this poem is based on the poem is based on the quest for identity, a woman's quest for identity, and her despair and the longing of the woman. So the inner female feelings of a female, as well as how of their understanding or encompass of suffering in a miserable, now she has gone through a miserable wedding or disgrace of a yearning, how she's tried to survive, or how she tried to fight against this male dominant society. So especially she is looking for an identity, her quest, the whole her journey of identity, she's looking for, she's trying to be herself. She's trying to go against the social interference. That is the society telling her, don't do this, not to dress like this, be like Kamala, or be like Ami, or be like Madhavi to get a name. So it is the society decides that you are grown up, you have grown up. Now it's time to go for a wedding. Then according to the social expectations, she goes for a child marriage. Then after the marriage, she doesn't know what to ask from her husband. She asks for love. Then that is as a result of the marriage, she finally gets pregnant and she gives birth to a child. So there's the fact that she has no freedom or the social restrictions. So among all these things, this woman is going for looking for an identity. So the whole poem, it's about her quest for identity, then despair and the longing of woman. So what does she protest like? She protests against the oppression of the female class and wants to emancipate women from the stereotypes of her colonized status. So the trauma or the mental agony that she goes through, especially maybe most probably it's an unhappy married life, because she married at very young age. That's not an age to enjoy the married life. And the humiliation or the desire of less surrender in sex or disgust at the male domination, how she suffers in the male dominant society. So what does she quest like? She quests for love. She quests for love against the male desire, to victimize the female troubles. Then women are not just the poem, through the poem, the poet, she tries to emphasize the fact that women are not just sexual objects. but as human as men. Women are not just the sexual objects. Why does this society taking women only as machines that produce sons? Or why they take women as sexual objects? They also have emotions. They also need to have an identity. So then for their own emotions, for their own aspirations, then revolt against the conventional society. She is fighting against the conventional society's definitions of womanhood, conventional social definitions of womanhood. And also she challenges the traditional sex roles. She brings out the emotional emptiness. She brings out the emotional emptiness and the sterility or the meaninglessness of the married life, and the intensity of the misery of being a wife surrendered to the husband who is repulsive and not and with whom she has because it all happened as a traditional marriage, and it's a traditional, or it's like the marriage happened as a loveless marriage. It's obvious because she is just a child. And so the marriage happened as without emotions, no emotions contact at all. So then how their life continued? And also as another factor, the poem is a poem of confess. She is confessing the truth. She is confessing herself. The youthful woman's even the name, it's the title, it's given as introduction. So she confesses herself, her life, introduction to herself, her life journey, and also the fact that how she yearns, how she tries to be fulfilled, or how she tries to be a complete woman, how she tries to gain her female individuality, to gain her own skills, to emphasize her own skills, to be herself. As I told you at the beginning, it is especially for her journey that she goes through the identity. And also she fights for an authority, political individualism, lot of things. These are just some ideas. So you can take these ideas one by one and put them in separate paragraphs. First of all, in your introductory para, you can introduce the poem is based on what is the main theme of the poem. Then in other paragraphs, separately you can talk about what are the specific themes she deals with. And even feminism, you can take it as a theme because it is like she is fight against the patriarchal society, or the prevailing society in India, the male dominant society, and she wants to develop a female identity. So the feminism also, the idea of feminism also you can develop throughout the question, throughout your answer. So these ideas you just can mention them and search on them, like how to develop this idea with reference to the poem. So take ideas one by one and separately discuss them in separate paragraphs. And then your conclusion, the basic, once again, the main theme and what are the minor themes and how she tries to achieve those themes throughout the poem. So just a simple conclusion, it's enough. Then you can complete your answer. So that is those are the points. I hope those points would be helpful for your question. You just try and see to write these are just questions that you can practice at home, like as a self-study. So you just go through your poem, go through the notes and search about the poem, search about the writer, get more information, but make sure what you write should be relevant to the question given. Okay, so let's meet with another video soon. So I hope you can manage writing a good answer for this question. Thank you for listening. Bye.